It was late in the evening. The lamp on the table had nearly burned out. John sat by his father's bed, and his father was very ill. There was only the two of them in the room. "You have been a good son," his father said. "God will help you on in this world." And then he drew one last breath, and he died. And John wept bitterly. He had no one in this wide world, mother, no father, brother, no sister. But at last, his eyes closed and he fell asleep. And then he had a strange dream. He saw the sun and the moon bow to him. He saw his father, well, alive. And his father was laughing. And he saw a beautiful girl with long hair, and she was wearing a crown. And she gave him her hand. And he heard his father say, "See what a bride you have won." And just then he woke up. All the beautiful things vanished before his eyes. There was his father lying dead in the bed in front of him, and he was alone. Some days later, his father was buried. There they were at the graveyard. He saw the earth fall on the coffin lid. And then it couldn't be seen anymore, and he felt as if his heart was breaking. Then, above the graveyard, the birds were singing. The sun was bright. And you may want to help me. Can any of you whistle? Yes. Even when they had seen the funeral, they were whistling. And John thought to himself, maybe they know that my father now has wings like theirs, only larger and stronger. And that was a comfort to him. And no sooner had he left the woods behind than he heard a strong man's voice shouting out, "Hello, where are you going, comrade? Where are you traveling?" I'm going out into the wide world," he said. I'm just a poor boy. I have no father, no mother, but I have strong limbs. I'm healthy, and God will help me. I am going out into the world as well. Should we keep each other company? With all my heart, he said. And so they continued together. Journey took them through great pine forests and up high mountains. And they came to such heights that the villages and the towns lay beneath them. And you know what, Marilyn? The church towers, they looked like red berries from above. And the mountain air was clear and fresh, and he had never been able to see so much. Then a strange music sounded above their heads. Beautiful, but strange. And then they looked up, and there they saw a swan. And it came gliding through the air. And it was singing like never a bird sang before. But the song became weaker and weaker. The clock struck 11:45, and then her window opened, and there stood the princess. She was wearing a white mantle. She had black wings, and the wind caught the mantle so it spread out on all sides, and then she flew. And he flew after, and they flew above the city, and they went on and on until they came to a mountainside. The mountain opened and she went in, and the traveler went after, unseen. They went through a wide passage and the walls were shimmering. It was as if they were illuminated with fire. And you know why? Because thousands of gleaming red spiders ran here and there. And then they came to the great hall in the middle, and there was a throne. It was supported by the skeletons of 4 horses. And on the throne sat an old mountain troll, a magician. And he called the princess, and he kissed her on her forehead and seated her next to him. And she said, "There is a new man. What should I think of?" "Listen to me. Listen to me. You must think of something which is very easy. He will never think of that. He will never guess it. Think of one of your shoes. But remember, when he fails, you have his head cut off, and then bring his eyes to me so that I may eat them." "I shall bring you his eyes," she said. "Good." And then he opened the mountain. She flew out. He flew out, the traveler. She went to the palace. He went to the inn. And then he had come to say farewell. "No," said John. "No, don't go. You have to stay with us. You are the cause for all my good fortune. Please remain with us." No, my time is up, John. I have paid what I owed you. Do you remember that night in the church? The dead man in the coffin, and the people who wanted to throw him out and not leave him have his peace? You gave everything you possessed so that he may rest in peace. I was that man. And when he had said that, he vanished. But the wedding lasted a month. And there were bands playing in the streets. There were drinking, there was eating, dancing, jumping. And there in the middle of all the festivities, I think we should leave them. Because this is the end of this story of the traveling companion.